Hi, friends. My name is Toni Cureton. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Life Skills FYI. Life Skills FYI provides a set of core adult capabilities to manage work, family, and relationships successfully. It's designed to help build the skills adults need for life. Life Skills FYI teaches skills of planning, awareness, focus, self-control, and flexibility. They are daily living skills to promote successful, independent living, skills that every adult should know, but were never taught in school. Life Skills FYI premieres on Thursdays at 10 a.m. on our My Virtual Academy Facebook page and on Instagram. Today, I'm starting a 4-part series on the steps you take to either get or replace your personal ID when it gets lost or damaged. Items such as your birth certificate, your social security card, your state ID or your driver's license. These are the items that you'll need to replace, and we're going to go through this in this series. We're going to begin by starting out with the steps you need to take to replace your birth certificate. Okay? So, as an adult, there are certain documents and forms of identification that are important, more so than others. They are called personal identification. They should be kept secure so that they are not lost or destroyed. These personal identification items that you should keep secure and safe at all costs are your birth certificates, your social security card, your state ID, your driver's license, and your real ID. Here are some examples of what I'm talking about. Now, birth certificates, they vary in their appearance depending upon the state that you were born in, or the county or the city that you were born in. So some birth certificates may look like this, and others may look, different color, different seal, different way that they are listed on the document. And then you have the social security card, which is pretty universal, no matter what state you're in. Then you have your state ID card. This one is for the state of Michigan because that's where we're located. And it shows your picture. It gives you a card ID number that is similar to the driver's license number, but not quite. It has an expiration date on it, has your contact information, where you live, your date of birth, things like that. Then over here, we have your actual driver's license, and it provides pretty much the same thing as the state ID, only as I indicate, the number that is listed that is unique to your driver's license number it's different than the one that comes on a state ID. And then right here is what is called a real ID. This is something new that the state has come up with. It allows you to not only be identified when you're driving and utilizing it for ID purposes, but it allows you to travel outside of the United States, almost taking almost, I didn't say completely, but it almost takes the place of a passport. We'll get into that later on when I get on that subject. Okay, so what is the purpose of a birth certificate? Well, it establishes your legal identity. It identifies you by your legal name. It identifies your age, how old you are. It also identifies who your parents are. That's important in case you have to prove who you are in order to inherit something that was left you. It also establishes your citizenship. It shows what state you were born in, what city in that state, and what county. That's very important to establish citizenship. And so these are the reasons why having a birth certificate is important in the first place. This document will be used to enroll in school. This document will be used to, when you want to apply for your driver's license, you're going to need to have your birth certificate. When you want to get married, you're going to need to provide your birth certificate. So it is a document that you're going to use throughout your life. That's why it's really important that when you get it, you keep it in a secure place so that nothing happens to it and that you'll always have it. Okay, so if you need to get a copy of your birth certificate, whether this is your first time or whether something happened to it and you're trying to replace it, there are two places that you can go in the state of Michigan to get a copy of your birth certificate. One is the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services, Mdhhs. You can contact them to get a copy of your birth certificate, or you can go to the Wayne County Clerk's Office for those of you who were born in the city of Detroit. If you were born outside of Wayne County, say, for example, if you were born in Oakland County or Macomb County, if you were born in any other county outside of Wayne County, you can go to your local county clerk's office to get a copy of your birth certificate. There are three ways you can obtain a copy of the birth certificate. You can request a copy through US mail, or you can go in person and fill out the necessary application, or you can apply for it online. For people who were born in Wayne County and in the city of Detroit, 4 simple steps in order to get your birth certificate. Number 1, you need to go to Wayne County Clerk website. All you have to do is just type in Wayne County Clerk office and it'll come up in your Google search. Step 2, once you get to that website, read the home page and it will give you the step-by-step instructions on it. But in a nutshell, what you do is there's a blue button that says application for people who were born in the city of Detroit. You click that blue button and you download the application, which is what you see over here to the right. This is what the application looks like. Once you print the application off, you fill it out completely. Date, phone number, your name, your date of birth. You were born in the city of Detroit, so that's already filled in for you. You put your parents' name, father, mother, and then down here, this is how much it costs to replace your birth certificate. It costs you $24. That's not bad. That's not a bad fee to get a copy of your birth certificate. If you want additional copies, they charge you $7 more. And then if you're a senior citizen, your fee is only $2 instead of the $24. You put in the mailing address that you want your birth certificate mailed to, you sign it, you provide a copy of your photo ID, driver's license, state ID, and then the payment. Check money order only, $24. You put all this in an envelope and you can mail it in, or there's another button on the website that says schedule a visit. If you want to just Go in and pick your birth certificate up. You click the blue button that says schedule an appointment. You fill out the date and the time that you want to go in and pick it up. They will send you a confirmation email confirming that date and time. And once you receive that, this is the address that you will go to. You will go to 400 Monroe Street, Suite 605, downtown Detroit, 48226. Here's the phone number, 313-202-7190. The Office of Birth and Death Records Division. Their operating hours are Monday through Friday from 8 until 4:30. That's if you want to pick it up in person. If you want to do it by mail, as I say, print off the application, fill it out completely, provide a copy of your driver's license or state ID, send a check or money order for the $24, and you're going to mail it off to the Wayne County Clerk's Office in Detroit, Birth and Death Records, 400 Monroe Street, Suite 605, Detroit, Michigan, 48226. Now, if you are someone who was born in the state of Michigan, but you were not born in the city of Detroit, but you were born in Wayne County, which means maybe you were born in Dearborn or Highland Park or Harper Woods. These are all in Wayne County, but it's not the city of Detroit. If that's you, if you fall in that category, you can still schedule a visit on the website to go in and pick it up. You still print off the application, fill it out completely, bring your ID and your check or money order for $24, and you will go to 400 Monroe Street, Suite 605, Detroit, Michigan, 48226. Again, operating hours are Monday through Friday, 8 until 4:30, and the phone number is 313-202-7190. If you want to receive this by mail, the address that you're going to send this to is a little different than the last slide. You're going to send this application with a copy of your photo ID and the payment to the Office of Wayne County Clerk, care of Birth and Death Records Division. You're going to send this to 2 Woodward Avenue, room 201, Detroit, Michigan, 48226. And the phone number there is 313-224-6262. Now, again, this is for people who were born in the state of Michigan, in Wayne County, but you weren't born in the city of Detroit. There's a different application and a different location for you than if you were born in the city of Detroit. Now, I also mentioned that there is another place that you can get a copy of your birth certificate if you were born here in the state of Michigan, and that is the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services, MDHHS. Now, I set this up to give you the easiest way as well as the most economical way for you to replace or get an original copy of your birth certificate. So I saved MDHSS, or the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services, for last, because this is someplace you can go to get a copy of your birth certificate, but it is not the most economical way to do it. If you go through MDHHS, you can order it online, or you can call them up and order it on the telephone. If you want to order it online, you just go to www.michigan.gov/vital records. If you want to do it on the telephone, you call them 888-443-9897. Now, Their base fee is $34. That's $10 more than what Wayne County City Clerk charges to replace or give you an original copy of a birth certificate. But because MDHHS has set up a separate third-party agency to service the birth certificate applications, there is an additional $12.50 fee to do this. In other words, they've decided they're going to outsource the application portion of replacing or giving someone a birth certificate. And that third party or outside source charges an additional fee of $12.50. Now, this also does not include mailing, shipping, and additional fees such as how many times they have to do a search because the information you gave them may have been incomplete because you don't remember, or maybe you didn't know. And so maybe you thought you were born in 1961 and it turns out you were born in 1963. And so they had to look in the year 1961 and they didn't find you. And then you said, oh, well, wait a minute, try 1963. And they say, okay, well, for every time they do a search, they charge you an additional fee for that. So that's why I listed the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services second on the list of how and where I should go to replace it, because it's not the most economical. In some cases, some people have no choice but to go through the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services because certain counties only kept birth records for certain years. And so maybe your county didn't have the year that you were born in. And so you have no choice but to go through MDHHS to get a copy of your birth record. So they are listed. They are a resource for you to get it. But if you can get it through your local county clerk's office, I would suggest you do so, because it will come out, you'll come out a lot cheaper than going through MDHHS. I also want to mention there is another agency, another servicing agency out there. They're called Vital Records. They charge even more than the $34 plus the $12.50. They start at $80. So be mindful when you're going on Google to do your research and pulling up the information on where you go to get and replace your birth certificate. Your first course of action should be to go to your local county clerk's office, either online. Well, go to the website first, and then from there, determine whether or not you want to do it in person or online or US mail. Now, what if you're saying, hey, I wasn't even born in Michigan. How do I replace my birth certificate? Well, if you were not born in Michigan, you'll need to contact your birth state's vital records department. For example, I had to get a copy of my birth certificate when I got married, and I was born in San Francisco. So I had to call California, the state of San Francisco, the capital office, and have them direct me to the vital records department, which connected me to the birth records, and I was able to apply and get a copy of my birth certificate. So simple, easy peasy. It's not difficult. It just can take a few steps or two depending upon, where you were born and what the circumstances was. So again, start with your local county clerk's office. All you have to do is just Google the website. Once you get in there, they'll give you the instructions on what you need to do. Again, if you were born here in Detroit, Wayne County Clerk's Office, Google that. Once you get on the website, click on the blue button that tells you to print off the application, fill it out, and make a decision on whether or not you want to go pick your birth certificate up or whether you want them to mail it to you. If you want them to mail it to you, send your completed application, your payment, and your photo ID to the address that's on the website. If you want to pick it up, click the blue button that says schedule an appointment and set up the time and date that you're going to pick up your birth certificate. Take your photo ID and your payment down to 400 Monroe Street, Detroit, Michigan, and go pick up your birth certificate when they confirm your appointment. Now, once you get your birth certificate, your new birth certificate or your replacement birth certificate, whatever, here are a few tips. Immediately make a photocopy of it and put it in a safe place. Take a photo of it with your cell phone and keep it in a file, store it within your phone. And cannot stress enough, for a $30 investment at Walmart, you can purchase this bright and shiny new little safe that will keep all of your important documents safe. It is fireproof. It is flood-proof. So Michigan, we've been flooding a lot because there's been a lot of rain. Your documents will be safe and secure in here. If you ever have a fire, again, your documents will be safe and secure within the confines of this safe. $30 investment at Walmart, it will be the best $30 you will have spent, because now you have a place to store and secure all of your important documents so that they don't get lost, get destroyed, get stolen. Well, that's all the time that I have today, everyone. Thanks again for tuning in to Life Skills FYI. I'm Toni Cureton, your host, and we'll see you next time, where we'll be talking about replacing your Social Security card. And remember to adult responsibly.